staffer.
Hi, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, how are you?
Good. Just following up a little bit on Monica's question, actually. When Cuomo said that the state would be better off if he hadn't left, it was kind of taking a shot a little bit as well at Hochul. Do you think that he would have done a better job than Hochul over the last 4 years? And second question for you, he also had this plan to remove people who are mentally ill from Rikers, and he said low-level offenses, people who've committed low-level offenses, or non-violent offenses. Now, just a few moments ago, you had people on the NYPD here talking about how they have arrested people who have these low-level offenses. This is kind of a wonky question, but just, what would this do for especially NYPD officers who are taking their time to arrest some of these people for low-level offenses, just see them back out on the streets just like this, and just also just the infrastructure capacity as well for this?
Yeah, okay, a couple of things. Governor Hochul helped fix the bail reform. Governor Hochul helped fix the mental health crises. Governor Hochul helped fix his cannabis law. Governor Hochul helped fix the criminal justice problems that we were facing. Governor Hochul modified the congestion pricing situation that he put in law. Governor Hochul dealt with the cannabis problem. And so I'm just really baffled about this. Which Cuomo are we dealing with? These were all of his initiatives. And so now he's saying, the initiatives that I did, I'm going to fix. What he did with Tier 6 and employees, I had to fix that. What he did with allowing cannabis shops, he said we stood by and allowed cannabis shops to open up. That was your law. We went up to Albany to fix that. What we're doing with these recidivisms, that was his bail reform law. And so I don't know, I'm really not quite understanding what he's saying. He really believes that people don't know his history. And to say now, I made a mistake, I shouldn't step down. I made a mistake, I shouldn't have Tier 6. I made a mistake, I shouldn't have stopped Bill de Blasio from raising the minimum wage. I made a mistake, I made a mistake, I made a mistake. I'm going to be all over the country. This stuff is just, this is like hilarious, Yeah, you guys would never let me get away with this. You guys would have never let me get away with this. The move should have been, Marsha, he should have just sat down and said, I screwed up. I screwed up.
You answer questions, he doesn't.
Right. You know what? Katie would follow me around and start foam in my face if I would have done that. And you know what's interesting? The thing that I'm telling you, what he really doesn't understand, being mayor is different from being governor. Being mayor, I can't even tell you folks what it's like being mayor. New Yorkers have 5 fingers. You know the one they love the most? Being mayor, you are in the trenches. People just don't walk around and say, you're not going to be protected. You could be sitting down in a restaurant eating a meal. New Yorkers don't care. You could be on the subway station. New Yorkers don't care. And when you look at the life he lived as HUD secretary, as AG, as as the son of a governor, as governor, that's a different life from being the mayor of the city of New York. So what life did I live? Police officer, people always telling cops how they feel, state senator, borough president, and now mayor. You better have a thick skin. And you can't hide being mayor. Everyone knows who you are as the mayor. Everyone knows who you are. So, mayor, you can't hide in the suburbs. I'm telling you, it's a different job being the mayor. So